Welcome back to Mswata Podcast, where we bring new thought-provoking discussions on diverse issues. Today we have a very important episode. This episode is episode 2, season 1, part 2 of business discussions. Nah? So today's topic will focus on Copessa and Men's Forum. I'm your host, Tapelo Mkibe, and I'm joined by two incredible guests who will help shed light on this issue. Before we dive in, let's briefly explain what Copessa means. Copessa is short for Community-Based Prevention and Empowerment Strategies of South Africa. It's an inclusive platform that encourages open discussions about gender, personal growth, relationships, and societal changes. The Men's Forum, on the other hand, provides a safe space for men to share their experiences, thoughts, and emotions. So right now I'm going to introduce our guests on the show. Nah? Our first guest today is Tebogomtibedi, a social worker and advocate for positive masculinity. He has been actively involved in Copessa's dialogues and has helped countless individuals navigate the complexity of modern masculinity. Thank you for joining us today, Tebogo.
Thanks, Taps. And it's a pleasure to have me on Mswata Podcast. I appreciate it, Taptiak.
Okay, thank you, Tebogo. Now I'll introduce our second guest. Our second guest is Kamogelo Mkibe. He's a prominent member of the Men's Forum and has participated in various discussions about the challenges men face in today's society. Welcome to the show, Kamogelo.
Thanks for having me, Taps. I look forward to be in this conversation.
Thank you guys for joining me today. Nah? So right now, we're going to dive into the questions that we have for you guys. Let's start by discussing the importance of Copessa and Men's Forum. In what ways do you think this platform contribute to societal progress, especially when it comes to breaking down gender stereotypes? Tebogo, would you like to share your thoughts on this?
Yes, Taps. As you check Copessa, it's about mobilizing the communities, creating a safe space for women and children in their homes. But now it has acquired this thing, a Men's Forum, under its under umbrella gore e tle kgona balance the situation go skanda le the imbalance gore men se bona ga ba shebeliwe go shebilwa bo mme le bana. And most of the time when we're doing the outreach, we find questions like bontate ba kena kae cause ra bona it's this ka bo mme le bana fela. Understand? Then now you get to the point that like, okay, there is a gender stereotype thing. You understand? The first time to tamile a tlhaloganya gore gender stereotype begin to jwa. You understand? So as I look gender stereotype, it's where more ele taba ele ya gore okay sharp o view jwang outi engwe, especially tla ka mo saiteng la bo mme ba view ma outi jwang go na le standard tse tlamile bona ba di gore ba di fitlhelle ba re ke banna wa utlwisisa. And outi le ona e ba demoralized instead is a span. No, I don't have power. I can monna ka montlung and I'm teto shagam side because abaro free jail fetsa French one. With a understand. So now it has come to this thing. Okay, Men's Forum, as long as it exists and it's existing, you understand? It's where bontate ba kadarang hangata khale kwana na ba bitsela khotla bontate. Right now, it's a Men's Forum, and we have multiple Men's Forum that are existing, but they don't have such a voice. Well, this is a cause now they don't want to engage that much into such things. So it seems like they are feeling sorry for themselves instead of raising their voice and coming forward. Maybe your story can change Kamogelo story or K-Mafia, you understand? And then as long as Ronald Kono Sapotana as Mauti, we're gonna go forward. You understand? We check. When it comes to gender stereotype, this thing is so there's this thing ya trend ya gore a man must tlamila be le fene, men must tlamila be le mkhaba be le nyoko go tlamila bonale as to the way and batlang gore a mmona ka teng. A man must behave in such a way. At the end of the day, mutho le ena ke motho. Understand? So this thing here, the gender stereotype, it would be simpler if the both parties their vulnerabilities towards each other remaining the honest thing ever facing from both sides instead of le favor yaba le favor yaba. And now check, okay, sharp. Fede ke a itse gore machita them this stats sa gore they are mostly the perpetrators that gender-based violence, and of which it's true. But if we look at it, we check it's gender-based violence. We understand who are the most influencing people who gender-based violence. We understand that we're not looking at that point, but we're focusing on the victims, so healing and stuff like that. But what about the perpetrator? Once or and the abuser, what are we doing about that? That is why Men's Forum is there to clear the path here into the okay, so. And then you must remember, out here I provide it just because of Kanyo. It provides in many things. You understand? It provides security, protection. Korea provide all pieces. And when you go back to the Bible, and that and that they were loyal lapa. You understand? Without the ena how can you lead when also when out? Why understand the Rajwan comes in?
Yeah, I got told.
Why one? Yeah. So whatever esang kamon tating, kamo ya multiply fitla kamon. So it makes a balance for the two voyageur. That is why Chloe got cheeky without mulala. Mulala ke mankim. And once mulala house as if it's and oh chico balances it up. Obviously, go. Why you got tips?
Yeah.
I may far.
That's a great insight, Deboho. Now we're gonna hand it over to Kamokhelo, someone actively involved in the Men's Forum. Yeah. Could you elaborate on the personal benefits you have observed from participating in these discussions?
Okay, Deboho answered that question, but I'll also add more. Coming to our Men's Forum, what you're going to benefit, a positive outlook on life. If we check us that summer chance, so many guys go tronku. So that means man, they don't have a positive outlook go life. Banna abana positive role models that they look up to. Yes. If we check our grande, we look up to those guys that are gangsters in most cases, especially in the townships. There's no positive leader go townshiping. Every weekend. So what happens is that it becomes difficult to break that cycle. So if you are a man, Men's Forum, that's what you're going to benefit. And the other thing benefiting as would we let is a social work. So a lot of men banal stress guys. And this thing or indota ikhali mazulu ha beya jwalo, which is not true. Kaofela rona rena le dikeledi. So it's important for a man or I express it. So when you come to our Men's Forum, it's going to be a safe space whereby why express cheetah. And then if you have a problem the professionals, we do have professionals. Deb Zakai, he's our social worker. We also have other social workers, more Copessa. So what we will do, go refer to the social worker, at least to toilet counseling. Guys, counseling yatusa cancel. We need counseling, especially rona machiti. Haona platform etlo thusa re-express rather than counseling. Leona Men's Forum. Men's Forum. Whether you are old, young, or you are even gay, Men's Forum. We want all men babele a positive outlook on life. Arisabato wana magents, the perpetrators of GBV. We also assist Lebanon bailing the victims of gender-based violence. I've realized that as a society, this is a societal problem. We laugh at men that are victims of gender-based violence. ha o tla mo lo ra media ka eng abuse itse ra o tshega ha we no weak, which is not a good thing. But our men's forum, it breaks such mentalities or such stereotypes that lead to gender-based violence.
That's incredibly powering, Kamachelo. Now let's shift the focus to how this platform can impact relationships. How do you believe that Copessa and Men's Forum can contribute to more meaningful and balanced connections between men and women? Tebogo, your thoughts on this?
Oh, my thoughts on this, it's very simple. Wait again, it's very simple. It should start by the community as a whole. We understand, in terms of when we're trying to reach out to them, they should live on by engage in what we are trying to achieve. Live on by a sense of intwinning. Yeah, like now, these people are willing to meet us halfway. Lorna Arba meet halfway. It will only be beneficial for the both of us. We understand. Okay, sure. No, so Copessa has a couple of projects for women in terms of sewing, parenting skills, so for both. Basically, what are we doing for men? Well, to see, so if we can come and to the project for both and give them skills, life coping skills. So come up with a project, yeah, well-being, art, into so to take out them from the streets, all babamba spanning, to come up with a gardening or machital something to grow, to get a skill. The providers as they should be. As being a provider, as out, it's a natural instinct thing that you were born with. It's in your DNA, and I guess change. You understand? So if we can come up with a project, balance the equation. There is no horror. Okay, sharp. Baba it is so. Baba it is so. But the only thing it demoralizing hangata, it's about this thing, the governmental thing. When it comes to ebile babankamo, babang babile ko tlase. You understand? So, and what I would like to say, go machita baska ifilela sur. Rough, yes, we can see rough, but they should stand up. But to see, but because how will you continue? We engage them positive, but you're busy blaming other people. When I tamele we share contribute from the other side, the A. Wow, you see. So that's how it is. Another way give you angati.
That's an excellent point, Deboho. Now we're gonna head to Kamogelo. From your perspective, what changes do you hope to see in the community as a result of Copessa and the Men's Forum?
Okay, now I'd like to see, as Deboho Aibuile, men and women working together. Because reality gore, a woman cannot coexist without a man. It's pointless and then ever neglect her ban. Because the same women, they go back to our communities and then they date the same men who are not empowered. So I would like to see Bommele Bontate Basebedisa. And I would like also to see Batwa Bontate being empowered, because Batwa Bontate are going through so much. So I would like to see the platforms the creative tse tshwanang le bo Men's Forum. Re ska ba le Men's Forum mo fela ya Copessa, but idea ya Men's Forum is spread throughout other communities. So that's the change I'd like to see happen within my community and other communities as well.
Thank you, Kamogelo and Tebogo, for sharing such valuable insights on Copessa and Men's Forum. It's clear that these platforms play a crucial role in changing societal gender norms, creating a safe space for dialogue, and fostering more inclusive, balanced relationships. We hope this conversation will inspire our listeners to engage in similar discussions in their lives. Join us next time for another insightful episode on Sota Podcast. Remember, positive change starts with a conversation. Hit the notification button, like, subscribe, comment for the next up and coming shows. Do stay tuned. Peace.
Awe.
Danko.